Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about the simplest way to win in business. Let's get to it. I could have probably said not just the simplest way to win in business, but the simplest way to win in general. And it's just instead of trying to find this magic, shiny object that other people don't know about, it's simply just being willing to do the things that most people wouldn't do. And the irony of this is I've got a little bit of a scratchy throat today, and my voice is kind of cracked here and there. So as we're recording, I'm having to take some pauses, and it's probably the easiest time to punt on recording and kicking the can down the road and saying, "Hey, I'll do this in a couple days, or I'll do this next week." But one of the things that I've learned after writing a daily email for over 20 years without missing a day, and that email started out just going to basically our staff members. And then one gym at a time or one trainer at a time came on and started to get it too. It is just being willing to do the things that other people will just pass on, right? They may start, but they won't finish. I've been told multiple times that the average podcast never makes it past about 20 episodes. Well, I don't know the exact number of podcasts that we've done, but I believe it's over about 700. And like I said, doing 20 years and a couple months worth of daily emails when most people struggle to get out a couple emails a week. These were things that I knew that, well, I'm just kind of willing to stick to something a little bit longer, a little bit more consistently than somebody else does. And it's the same thing I see in our most successful business owners. They all do the monthly marketing plans. They all do weekly team meetings. They're all basically committing to doing paid advertising 12 months a year. And I think about that, and it's like, yeah, that's available to pretty much everybody. But most people find a way not to do it, right? Most people will dabble with this for a month and then do something else for another month. And they're never consistent enough to get good at something. They're never consistent enough to reap the compounding effect of whatever the task or the action is. And if we think about executing a monthly marketing plan, it's not complicated. You come up with a plan and you just say, okay, every month, this is how we're going to do things. And every month we're going to review and see what worked, what didn't, and how do we improve it going forward. But most people are scattered and erratic. Scheduling something and putting it on the calendar each and every week to have a team meeting. I know for my first business, for our first week in business, we had a team meeting, and we continue to have them every Wednesday morning at 10 going forward. And it just was pretty simple, it was pretty straightforward, but the number of times I'll hear owners say, well, I can't get everybody on the same schedule, and it's not convenient for this person or that person. That's fine, but the people who do really well do it. They find a way. The podcast stuff, I tried a couple different iterations to start off with podcasting. The first was, hey, I'm going to interview some friends of mine who I love to learn from, successful people that are doing really exciting things. The Eric Cresseys of the world, the Mike Robertsons. And so I interviewed those guys, but then I kind of got to this end of that core list of people that I knew I wanted to interview, and said, well, I don't want to every week have to scramble to find somebody new that I'm excited to share with my audience, that I'm not just granting access to my platform to just so I can check a box. And then I shifted to another kind of format and said, okay, I'm just going to do a business coaching session and record it, because I feel like I'm a little bit better on the fly with those sorts of things, because I've done this for so long and I've accrued enough experiences that I can coach somebody on the fly pretty quick. And I did a few episodes of that, and I really enjoyed it, but I'd get people to no show or reschedule. I'm like, can't have a consistent production schedule that way. So we arrived at this format, this kind of short form, digestible content, just a way for me to try to help you, the listener or the viewer, and do it in a way that's easy for you to consume, and also a way for hopefully you to get to know me a little bit to see if maybe we can work together down the road. Well, that became an easy format for me to be consistent with, and we've done hundreds of episodes that way. And now, yeah, I'll still do collaborative podcasts with Doug Sperling, or I'll occasionally interview somebody. Like every year, I've interviewed Eric Cressy. That yeah, I'll do some of that other stuff, but I really just want to do things that I can be consistent with, and know that over time that most of the other people who dabble in it will fall off. And I think that's such an easy opportunity, right? In a local market with business, so many people have gotten away from local relationship marketing, local networking, going in and doing lunch and learns and public speaking because they want to stay behind their computer and run ads to the people that they could literally go and meet in line at Starbucks that same day. And so, fine, let's go be the mayor of our local community for our respective target market. Let's do the things that it's not that other people can't do them, it's that they won't do them. Because for me, I believe that is your most defensible moat here. I think that's the way for you to win in whatever market you're competing in. Because whatever else you're doing, if it's easily copied and easily deployed, I assure you somebody's going to copy it and deploy it. If it's just about posting content on social media, well, with the various AI tools that are available to people, there's not even something that's all that challenging for to execute that anymore. So find the things that it's not that they can't do it, it's that your competitors won't do it. And sometimes that's providing a great experience. Sometimes that's simply caring about your people more than everybody else cares about their people because you're transformational and they're transactional. Sometimes it's getting out in the community and networking when other people just want to stay behind their computer. Sometimes it's sending a daily email for 20 plus years when you know that nobody else is willing to do it. But winning in business and winning in most things isn't usually about having this kind of secret formula that nobody else is ever going to figure out or nobody else has access to yet. Even those things that give you a little bit of a head start, it's just that it's temporary. It's a couple steps ahead of somebody when you're starting the race, but they can catch up. But if you run a race that nobody else is willing to run, you don't have to worry about them catching up. So if you want a way to build a better business, do what other people won't do.